Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems of the United States of America and the Federal Republic, die Vereinigten Staaten Amerika und die Bundesrepublik Deutschland.
Ich begrüße die Herren Generalkonsule, begrüße General Schröder, General Neubauer und General Sutton. Begrüße Oberst Ehl und Colonel Finlay, the soldiers and members of the United States Forces, verehrte Gäste, dear guests, liebe Karlsruherinnen und liebe Karlsruher. 50 Jahre nachdem die Amerikaner am 7. Juli 1945 als Besatzungsstreitkräfte die Militärregierung in Karlsruhe übernommen haben, werden sie heute als Freunde Lebewohl sagen. Freunde, die dazu beigetragen haben, die längste Friedensperiode unserer Geschichte zu sichern.
Dr. Seiler, Colonel Ale, Colonel Revel, and my good friend General Sutton. It's good to be with you on this day. I would like to thank Dr. Seiler, the mayor, and the citizens of Karlsruhe for hosting this very nostalgic event. I would agree with the mayor. The weather is symbolic of the nostalgia that we must all feel on a day like today. On behalf of General William W. Crouch, the Commander-in-Chief of the Army in Europe, and his predecessors, I would have to tell you I stand here today not only to bid the city of Karlsruhe farewell, but perhaps more importantly to commemorate the relationship between the people of Karlsruhe and their U.S. military community. Seeing them all, I would tell you that this relationship is among the best. I think the symbology that we witnessed today with the Heeres Musikchor Seine and the 76th Army Band rendering such splendid versions of the national anthems of our two countries is something that we should also keep in mind as we watch this change from which continuity and growth also come. But my compliments to both the bandmasters and the musicians. As usual, your performance is superb. I would also like to commend the soldiers on the field, the symbology of those units, German and American, and what they represent regarding the relationship of our forces over the past 50 years is indeed an historic evolution. But these things should not surprise anyone. The relationship between the Badeners and the United States is as old as my country itself. After our fight for independence, many of the Badener soldiers serving under King George remained in the United States and became citizens there. And that's why some of our names are very easy for many of you in Karlsruhe to pronounce, like Schroeder, among others. And again in 1848, we saw thousands of Badeners come to the United States, and you can find their successors there today along the banks of the Hudson River in upstate New York and in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. So our history indeed goes back further than the 50 years that the U.S. Army has been in Karlsruhe, and it's important, I believe, that we keep that in mind. As the mayor cited, the U.S. Army's presence in Karlsruhe began in July of 1945, when the U.S. forces took over responsibility for the area from the French. Since that time, evolution has been constant. We have been known by many different names: the Karlsruhe military government, the Karlsruhe subpost, Karlsruhe district, Karlsruhe post, U.S. military community activity, Karlsruhe, the 291st Base Support Battalion, and the Karlsruhe military community. Community commanders, American community commanders, have come and gone. Officers very special to this city, such as Colonel Kaiser, and some who are friends of mine who asked that I remember them specifically today and pass on their regards and appreciation to you. Soldiers like Colonel Jim Van Lobensells, Colonel Chuck Williams, Colonel Joe Ballard, Colonel Steve Windsor most recently. The superb relationship between the United States Army in Europe and Karlsruhe began immediately following the war with projects such as Helping Hand. U.S. Army engineers helped to clean up war damage, which was beyond the German capability. They repaired and built churches, schools, sports fields, and playgrounds. From the beginning, our cooperation has blossomed into what is today a model for the U.S. Army in Europe. The German-American Environmental Committee has ensured total cooperation in the protection of our environment. Because of the work of this committee, the U.S. Army will leave Karlsruhe without any serious environmental problems. The Employment Roundtable has been a success for over 3 years. Due to their cooperative efforts, many Germans that work for the United States Army have obtained jobs on the local economy. This effort continues today and will remain as long as the U.S. Army is in Karlsruhe. The Recycle Working Group has helped to solve the problem of sorting and recycling. It has saved the U.S. Army a significant amount of money while assisting the city with the problem of trash disposal space. The friendship and cooperation is not only on the official level. It extends to all of our people and their personal friendships developed over the years. The Contact Club has always fostered friendship between our citizens and was recognized in 1993 as being the best in the U.S. Army in Europe. German and American schools have exchange programs which have been enjoyed by countless children from both communities. Unaccountable numbers, significant numbers of our soldiers have been guests in your homes, especially during traditional holiday periods. In short, the U.S. Army has felt a warmth from you that has made us indeed a part of Karlsruhe. And the great people of Karlsruhe are responsible for this feeling. And on behalf of all those who have gone before us and those who stand here with you today, I say thank you. We have been told that the people of Karlsruhe will miss their U.S. community when we have departed. I can assure you that the U.S. Army will miss the kind and generous people of Karlsruhe, but more importantly, soldiers who have served here will continue to keep the people of Karlsruhe in their recollections, in their hearts, and in their prayers. So for us, I would agree with the mayor that it is not a goodbye, but it is an Auf Wiedersehen till we see you again. Vielen Dank.
Honorable Lord Mayor Professor Dr. Seiler, General Schroeder, Colonel Finlay, soldiers, civilians and family members of the U.S. forces, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the day when the city of Karlsruhe has to say goodbye to our American soldiers and citizens. Along with American troops, German soldiers have also assembled for this ceremony in order to join our local community in bidding an honorable farewell to our friends and comrades. We, the soldiers of the German forces, are affiliated with you, our American brothers in arms, in many ways. For more than 40 years, we have served a common goal. For over 40 years, we have stood shoulder to shoulder. During this period, ties and friendships have developed, which will not end with this ceremony. 40 years of common work and daily duty have formed and bound us close together. So it is especially hard on us to finally say goodbye. As German community commander and territorial commander of this military region, it is an honor and a special privilege for me to thank you for your long-lasting friendship, for your loyalty and readiness, for your support in good and bad days. Without your presence, far from home in our country, we would not have accomplished our mission, and Germany certainly would not have gained its reunification in peace and freedom. Today we are feeling a deep gratitude for all your men and women involved in this process over the past decades. Our appreciation goes to every one of you, to the leaders as well as to the troops, to the civilians and all military personnel, to your officers and COs and soldiers. Our thanks embraces your family members equally. They have all become and will remain dear friends whom we will always feel attached to. When you roll up your flags today, this should not and will not be a goodbye forever. Our thoughts and best wishes will be with you wherever you are and your way may lead you. We will miss you. But in meeting our common challenges ahead, we will remain friends and allies. We are still facing a common future. For this future, we wish you good luck and success, happiness and well-being. Our proven friendship will stand through all changes. In this sense, we say not goodbye, but call out a sincere and heartfelt Auf Wiedersehen to all of you. Thank you very much.
Oberbürgermeister Professor Dr. Seiler, General Schroeder, distinguished guests, Ihre deutschen Freunde. Today I stand here with mixed emotions. It seems that every American leader says that the relationship between U.S. Army communities and their German hosts is good, particularly at farewell ceremonies. I am here today to tell you that nowhere in Germany is this statement more true than in Karlsruhe. You have been our friends, through good times and bad. You have not only made us feel welcome, but have made us a part of your beautiful city. We have never been outsiders. We have always been just another city in the Karlsruhe community. When the Oberbürgermeister speaks, it is always of my American community. And we truly are your American community. We've lived here for over 50 years. Our children have been born here, gone to school here, grown up here, and moved on from here. You have rejoiced with us in all of their successes. Our sons and daughters have married your sons and daughters and given us many grandchildren, truly making us one people. And unfortunately, some of us are buried here. Your assistance and your compassion during those difficult times is a true measure of our friendship and is truly appreciated. You provided your American community with most of its workers, and they've always been outstanding workers. These German men and women have provided the U.S. Army in Karlsruhe with an unparalleled quality of life. I am proud to have been their employer and thank every one of them for their efforts. The city of Karlsruhe and its U.S. community have been a model for German-American relations. Our contact club has been the best in Germany for many years. Together, we developed a number of activities which have been so successful they've been copied by other communities throughout Germany. Our environmental roundtable has ensured that together we protect our environment and that together we solve our problems. Our employment roundtable has ensured that together my outstanding German workers are employed after we leave. Our recycling efforts demonstrate the best in cooperation. Together we have developed a plan for recycling, each of us using the best talents available to the other. We copied your program. You copied our method of teaching our children about recycling. But the U.S. Army is not leaving Karlsruhe completely. We're leaving behind reminders of our time here. Our library on Smiley will become a part of the city of Karlsruhe. In July, our schools will become German schools. And there is a chance that our bowling center and our clubs may become German bowling center and clubs. These will become small but constant reminders of our special friendship that we built over the last 50 years. I could not say farewell without recognizing some of the people who've been special friends of the U.S. Army. Oberbürgermeister Professor Dr. Seiler, for always being there for us and for including us as a part of your city. Bürgermeister Sack, for helping us with all of our new construction and facility upgrades. Bürgermeister Fenrich, the Soldiers' Bürgermeister, for your help with our soldier programs and activities. Bürgermeister Eidemuller, for your leadership and stewardship of our environmental programs. Bürgermeister Dr. Kolb, for your work with our employment roundtable and assistance with our police operators. And Bürgermeister Vorringer, for your cooperation in our youth activities, to include our school exchanges. Finally, I must thank the people of Karlsruhe for opening your hearts and your homes to us. Your generosity and friendship have made us feel that Karlsruhe is our second home. As we leave Karlsruhe to journey to other places, Karlsruhe will always have a special place in our memories. While we're all Americans from all over the United States, we also feel that we're Karlsruhers. For that, we thank you. Auf Wiedersehen is too formal. We are truly friends. So for the U.S. forces in Karlsruhe, I will say, tschüss.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the United States Army tradition to end each ceremony with the playing of the Army song. Please remain in place for the playing of the Army song.
Right over there.
Ich stehe heute mit gemischten Gefühlen vor Ihnen. Die amerikanischen Kommandore sagen alle, dass die Beziehungen zwischen ihrer amerikanischen